Hey guys, it's Alicia here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about coaching and doing what I do today. So, I just thought I would sit down and do a video and let's just power through this and get it done. And I promise it won't be long, but I do promise that it will be worth your while and worth your time to watch. And just to learn more about what our team does, what I do, how I'm able to stay at home and make an income from home and to support our family, and also being able to be a stay at home mommy to our little girl that's going to be here pretty soon. And just all the things like what we do as coaches, how we earn, what we earn. It's not monopoly money. Going over kind of some misconceptions like, that it's a pyramid scheme, or that it takes a lot of time, or you can't have, you can't be a coach and you can't, be working full time, all the kind of the myths of what being a coach is all about. So first of all, let me just introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Alicia Zinker. I started coaching almost 5 years ago, and I'm from the middle of North Dakota. I farm and ranch with my husband, and we are soon to be parents to our little girl that's on the way. I think like 6 weeks left, and T minus 6 weeks until her due date. So, but yeah, we're super excited. I'm super excited that I get to be at home with her and have all the firsts. And I previously have a degree or a background in architectural drafting and estimating, where I worked at several different engineering firms and architectural firms across North Dakota, and different design things and things like that. And I also have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed 5 years ago, right around this time of the year. And I guess that's kind of how I found Beachbody and how I got into coaching. So when I was diagnosed with my RA, I decided to kind of get healthy. And not that I wasn't healthy before, it was more of a decision that, okay, here is my wake up call to do something that's good for myself, good for my body, and take care of myself. Because a little background history on me, I wasn't so good at that in the past. When I was in high school and college, I struggled with eating disorders. I would skip meals. I thought I was fat. I just had like the worst mindset about myself and self-confidence, and just I was so self-conscious, and I had nothing to be self-conscious about. Looking back at pictures of like, girl, what were you thinking? But no, and I wasn't really a sporty type. Like, I wasn't an athlete by any means. I wasn't in any sports in high school or college, but I always enjoyed working out. I would go for walks, or I would go for runs or bike rides, or just being active. I enjoyed feeling that, that endorphins, and just feeling good about myself and how I felt after I would finish a workout. So when I was diagnosed with my RA, it was kind of that wake up call for me to do things the right way and get healthy this time, and not be skipping meals, and kind of diving more into your nutrition, because they always say like a lot of autoimmune disease have to deal with your gut, and kind of like your nutrition and things like that. So that was kind of my first step before I went on meds. Um, the other thing that I remember, I was scrolling on social media and I saw this girl doing this low impact workout. It was called PiYo. And so I messaged her and to see what it was all about. And she was like, hey, it's from Beachbody. And I was still working full time at that point. And I remember coming home that night from work and Googling what is Beachbody. So that tells you I didn't have a clue that there was a business, opportunity involved. I didn't have a clue that there was challenge groups or accountability groups, or that you had coaches or anything like that. I had no idea. So one day I just signed up randomly. I said enough is enough, and I signed up, and I ordered PiYo, the challenge pack with Shakeology, and then I also had gotten the 3-day refresh. It's kind of like a little mini 3-day cleanse. And so I got assigned to a coach because I didn't know that you could sign up with people or whatever. And so luckily this coach was working her business, because sometimes when you get assigned to people, they don't ever reach out. And so she reached out to me and she got me going in her accountability group. And I was super excited about it. I just kind of fell in love. Like, this lady was from New Jersey. I've never been to New Jersey. I don't think she even knew where North Dakota was until she met me. And so she got me in this group, and it was just other ladies and women like on the same journey that I was. And I was so in awe of that, inspired by that. And so I just fell in love, and I really dove into posting and kind of sharing my story about my arthritis, about the farm, about my health and fitness journey. And so she actually reached out to me about a month into my health and fitness journey. And she was like, "Girl, you need to coach." And all along, I was like really skeptical of this coaching thing, because not only do we live in a tiny small town that there's mainly elderly and older farmers in the area, I don't have like, I'm an only child, you guys. So I don't have other siblings that like I could be like, "Hey, let's do this together," or, something to that effect. And so I was really skeptical of it, just because I had been approached in the past by like Tupperware and other companies with MLMs. And I was just really nervous about it. And it just kind of gave MLMs like a bad rap, right? Because we've all been there. We've all got that message like, "Hey, do you want to buy this?" Or, we get added into groups all the time on Facebook, right? That we never even asked to be in, nail groups, makeup groups, whatever, leggings. And so I was like, gosh, like, I just don't want to be that person. And so, plus to top it off, like, I am such an awkward person in person. I'm so shy. I'm such an introvert. And I was like, I just don't think I can do this. I don't think it's for me. And so, anyway, she was like, "Well, you're already kind of sharing like what you've been doing." And so finally, she had convinced me that, if I get a couple of people underneath me, I can get my products paid for. And I thought, what the heck? Like, I feel really good. These products like really make me feel good, and I feel healthy, and I could see the progress that I was making. So I was like, why not? So I just kind of dabbled in coaching in the business opportunity for probably the first like 6 months of my coaching journey. And I wouldn't even consider that I was coaching, because I really wasn't. I would just kind of ask people if they wanted to join me or talk about it, and people would come approach me. And it wasn't necessarily that I was really all in on the business, because I wasn't. And it wasn't until probably around November of 2015 that I decided to go all in. And that is when I thought, okay, I think I can do this. I'd gotten, enough confidence, and I had seen the progression over time of income. Like, I saw that I was able to put money in savings, or I saw that I was able to help pay for groceries or have gas money, or, just little extra things that I'd wanted, clothes or whatever, just kind of that fun money, right? And so I thought, why not try this? Like, just actually give it like a real shot. So after I decided that, I went all in, and I just never looked back since. In 2015 or in 2017, sorry, March of 2017, at the end of March, I was able to quit my full-time job. And um, this whole time I had been working full-time. I was actually at two different jobs. I'd actually switched jobs in between when I was coaching as well. My first job, I was at an engineering firm. I was working really crazy hours, a lot of it being in the summertime, because I'd be out on road projects. So it would be like a 70-mile one-way commute to where the road project was, and probably like a 14-hour day, and then coming back home another 70 miles. So it was a long, long day. But I still made it work. I still made time for coaching. And then when I switched jobs, I was a little bit closer to home. I was probably about 45, 50 miles one way from home. And I would commute, and I would go to this job where I was just defeated every single day. Like, I was put down. I didn't have a good leader as a boss. He just made me feel like so small, and I never could do anything right for them. And so I just would cry on the weekends when I had to go back. And finally, Taylor and my husband and I talked about it, and we're like, enough is enough. Like, how much can one really take of this? So I quit. And that's when I went full-time Beachbody. I really didn't have a backup plan. Taylor had even asked me, like, now what? Like, what's your plan now? And I didn't have one. I thought, okay, well, here's my chance. Like, here's my chance to really prove to him, because Taylor didn't really believe in this in the beginning either. Here's my chance to really prove to him that I can do this and that I can make this work. And so, gotta get a drink. um, so I went all in on my business full time, and I didn't look back. And I wasn't matching my full time income when I quit my job. No way. And it wasn't that first year either that I matched it. It was not until 2018 that I matched my full time income. Um, and so I'm on track to do that this year as well. And it's not like you're making a ton more, but you're at least matching what you made. So, like, why the heck not be at home? Like, it saves wear and tear on your vehicle, it saves gas. And honestly, like, I feel like that I'm at home. You just spend less money. You're going to the grocery store less. You have, specific planned trips to go to town. And I don't know if there's any other country girls, or farm ladies out there watching this, but that was the case for me, and it still is to this day. So what do we as coaches do? So basically what it involves is basically helping other people get started on their health and fitness journey. So this hands down was like the best decision of my life. Like, not only was I able to get in the best shape of my life, but I'm also able to earn an income by helping others. Like, how many people can say that they help others for their income or for their job? Like, that's a pretty freaking awesome job if you ask me. And I know there's nothing as rewarding as somebody coming back and saying, like, you changed my life. Because of you, I'm able to stay at home with my kids. Or because of you, I lost 50 pounds and I've never felt this confident. Or I went to a size that I haven't been since high school. Just those things like mean so much to me, and getting to help people. But honestly, my favorite thing to do in this business is mentor new coaches. And I think just because I see like their excitement and I see my journey of where I've come from and how far I've come, and it makes me really excited to be able to run with them and match their pace. And that's the cool thing about this business is you can do this while you're still working full time. A lot of my girls on my team still work full-time jobs, plus their mommies, plus their wives, and so there's basically not a set time frame or schedule or whatever that you have to have. It is your business. I am not your boss. I just want to help you do this business. So we do one-on-one calls and mentoring to help show you how I've made this business work. And so you put in the time that you want to put in. If you want to put 5 minutes in a day, or if you want to put 5 hours in a day, that is up to you. It's not for me to decide. Because while I'm doing this, I still have my own business to run and people to check in with and follow up with, and other coaches to mentor as well. So yes, like I said, I love this business. I love what it stands for. I love that you get to help others. I love that you get to be a part of a community as well. Growing up as an only child, I really didn't have a ton of friends. And to this day, like, I have like a really close knit team of good girlfriends. And that's what I love. Like, we're also supportive and encouraging and empowering, and we all uplift each other and keep each other accountable to not only our health and fitness goals, but also to our business goals. And so that's the cool thing about being on our team. And a lot of us are small town country girls too. So that's awesome in itself. Like, I can honestly say that I've built a community around the egg side of things and being in the country and country living and country life. And I love that because that's just my heart. Like, I grew up on a farm. I'm a farm wife. It's just super fitting. So yeah, that is kind of what we do as coaches. So before I go any further, I'm actually going to share my screen with you. So that way I can show you a little sneak peek of our challenge group. So I'm gonna collapse some messages. Here we go. So we have kind of like this little schedule at the top. Each one of our coaches on our team takes a day to check in. We're doing this current 100 workout program right now. So that's been a lot of fun. I actually had to stop just because I'm super pregnant right now and it was just getting too hard for me. So I'm going back to a little bit, not really easier workout, but just something that's better for me right now. So is kind of what our accountability group involves, like all these ladies checking in. A lot of our coaches go live and check in with people too. We also have group workouts. There's me yesterday going live, but we also have morning group workouts. You can work out totally whenever it works out for you. But there's quite a few girls that work out in the morning, and so we take turns leading certain workouts in the morning for you to hop on and we can work out together. Lots of awesomeness. We have lots of recipes that are shared, what everybody's eating, all the things. All right. So that's kind of what our group involves. And honestly, that is the first step to get in our accountability group. So that way you're able to experience that for yourself. And even before you start coaching, I want you to be a part of this group because it is super important for you to start on this journey, especially if you've never tried the products, if you've never tried the workouts. It's important for you to kind of have that adjustment period where you are trying out and seeing if it's for you and if you like it. And so that's really the purpose of this, is to kind of intrigue you about learning more about this, but then getting you in our accountability group is the first step, at least for a few weeks. So that way you can kind of try things out, like how can you promote a product without actually trying it? And I always give this analogy. So say there's a really good like steakhouse that comes to your area, and maybe it's like overlooking the city lights or whatever, and you're able to get right in with a reservation and the waiter's awesome. He brings you a free loaf of bread to your table with some awesome tasting butter to put on it, and the food was great, the waiter was awesome that you had, just the view was incredible. You got a window view. You hardly had to wait to get to your table because it was all reserved for you, and your steak was cooked perfectly. And you got a complimentary dessert, or something, just this awesome experience, right? So, wouldn't you want to tell your friends and family about this place to go eat there? Of course, right? So the same thing is with coaching. Basically, we found these really awesome fitness products that work for us and what we do, and we just share that and we share a journey. And so social media is a huge part of this, but there's also other ways to work your business. You can, word of mouth, social media, of course. There's so many other ways to be able to do this as well. So that's the awesome part. Um, the other thing is you're basically just making recommendations for people off of what you like and know. And so that's how I've built my business, is because a lot of people want my opinion or trust my opinion because I've built that up. And sometimes that takes a while to build. And sometimes people watch and follow you for years before they sign up, right? So the biggest thing is just creating kind of some like a trust building exercise where people trust you and they get to know you over social media, or they relate to your journey somehow. Even I have so many other mommies that are also pregnant or just had a baby. And so it's been really fun to kind of go through this process together and build even more trust and camaraderie with my followers. So that's kind of like the social media aspect. Also, personal development is huge in this business. Like that is a huge part. We believe that basically bettering your mindset and all of that stuff really helps you. And as someone once said, that this business is totally figure outable. And that is so true, because you get to do personal development that helps your mindset, maybe overcoming a negative mindset like myself. And at the beginning, I didn't think I needed personal development. So that's kind of a funny story too. But I wasn't doing it. And then my coach called me out and she's like, "Are you doing personal development?" I was like, yeah, I am. I don't need this. Like, whatever, I'm fine mentally. Like, I don't need this. And so when I started doing it, I was like, whoa, like I actually need this. And so there's also business development, which really helps like grow your business skills, because for me, I don't have a background in sales or marketing or health and fitness or working out or nutrition. I don't have any of that background. Remember, I said I have an interior design / architectural background. And so I needed a lot of learning. I needed that growth. And so to this day, I feel like everything has kind of come together with that, because I'm better at like financial decisions. I'm better at just money in itself, and business things too, like thinking more business savvy. So that's a really awesome way to get some learning in. And like I said, this business is totally figure outable. And we go over things like that in your mentorship. So that way you are able to get the right personal development for yourself wherever you are at and what journey you are on, whether that's mindset or business or maybe both. Let's see what else. We also get to earn free trips, which is kind of a fun perk. I've actually earned all 4 of my trips, and since I've been a coach, but I haven't been able to go on them because they're always like when we're in the fields and planting in the spring. So that stings, but they look really awesome. I have went to our annual conference a few times, and that is really awesome. This past year was in Indianapolis, and I got to meet my own team. Rachel Hollis was there. It was just a really awesome time. Like there's like 40,000 coaches that go to this. You basically take over the city that it's in. This coming year, it's in New Orleans, and it was there like 2-3 years ago. So yeah, excited for that. There's also quarterly events that are local that we have them in the Midwest and in North Dakota, but there hasn't been one for quite a while. So I'm sure that wherever you are located, we can get you to one. Those are really great too, to just network with other coaches. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about earning, because this is a big one. So everybody is like, how do you earn? How do you earn? And no, it's not a pyramid scheme, because they're illegal. There isn't somebody just sitting at the top like earning all the money. It is divided out, and basically anybody that signs up to join our team could outrank and out earn myself or even my coach. And so that's the really cool thing about it, is that not only you get to work your own business hours, but you also get to focus on your business as what you want it to be, whether that's a hobby business, so just getting your products paid for and making it kind of like a side hobby thing when you have time. There's also a part-time coach. So basically this coach maybe works full-time, or whatever, has a full-time job, and they just want to do this, maybe making like an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And then there's a full-time coach, which wants to do this. The lady who wants to do this wants to go all in full-time and could see herself doing this full-time. Even if she's not full-time at the moment, that's her goal. That's like her long-term goal. And honestly, I've been every single one of those places. So just know that those totally change over time, and that's okay. I'm here to mentor you where you want to take this business, and I'm going to match that pace. If you want to run with this business, I'm going to be there running with you. But if you just want to walk or stroll with this business, I'll be there to help you stroll or to walk. With income, it is based off of sales, but I always tell my girls is you can only sell so much stuff, right? So a lot of the other earning potential is based off of team bonus cycles, and different bonuses that Beachbody offers. And so that's really a huge chunk of this business of earning an extra income that's not just based on sales, that's based on our team's growth and your team's growth and growing that together, right? So that's really where you want to base your business, is to be able to grow your team, versus focus on sales. So like I said, sales will only take you so far because you can only sell so much stuff. You do get a 25% discount as a coach. So signing up with that discount, it gets you 25% off on products, which is really nice. Let's see. For example, of earning, my very first paycheck was $12.30 some cents. Big paycheck, right? We get paid once a week, which is another thing, which is really nice to get paid once a week, because I know at my past full-time job, we'd only get paid once a month. And so it's really nice to have that income coming in once a week, especially if you're only getting paid like bi-weekly or even monthly. Yeah, so my first paycheck was $12.30 some cents. Big spender. But no, I have built that now, and now I've been matching my full-time income. My monthly income is anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which is pretty darn good if I do say so myself. Yeah, I love this business. I love what it's done for me and my family. I love that I'm able to stay at home also once baby comes. Of course, my schedule is going to be a little bit different then, but I love that I still get to work my hours. I could work when baby's napping, or, put her down and work this business, and yeah, just kind of take it where the cards fall, I guess, and really investing in the time that you have. And another misconception is about it taking a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of time. I started this business when I was working full time, crazy hours. I still had the time. I would sometimes respond to messages in the bathroom, or there were nights where Taylor and I are big Bachelor fans. So there were nights when I would skip watching The Bachelor, or we would record it, or, I'd watch it later. And I would just, hop on a call, or I would get business stuff done. And those kind of little sacrifices that you have to make are so worth it in the end, to be able to be at home with our little girl, or just to be a stay-at-home farm wife. I love that I get to help Taylor like in the afternoon if he needs a parts person, or if he needs help with the cattle, that I'm able to have my time in the morning for my business, and then you can have the afternoon free and be doing whatever else you need to be doing. And like I said, you truly put in the time that you want to. Sometimes in the afternoon I have calls, and so I have to let him know that, hey, I have a call tonight at 6, like I'm not maybe going to be able to help you or to get you from the field. And so just kind of, letting him know as well. So yeah, and like I said, this webinar, or, info session, whatever you want to call it, isn't to persuade you to do this. It's not. It's more so just so that way you get more information on what we do as coaches, how we're able to do this business while working full time, and crazy busy lives, and fitting it in a busy schedule, but just to show you that it's possible. And if you've ever thought about it, and kind of just seeing it, if it would be for you, like, I don't expect this to be for everybody, because it's probably not going to be for everyone. If it would be, everybody would be doing it, and everyone is not. But I just want to show you that, hey, there is a way to be able to be at home with your kids, or to earn an extra income, or to pay off student loans, or to pay for a car payment, or, take your kids to Disney, or go on more vacations, or whatever your why for wanting to do this is, right? Or just to have that community, just to have that like team, like group effort, and, make friends. And so that's really important as well. So I need something to drink. I'm out of breath as well. So like I said, this is not to convince anybody that you should join our team today, right now. It's just more of like, okay, here's how it works. What do you think? Okay, and then we figure out from there, like getting you in our group and things like that. So yeah, I think that is just about everything that I wanted to cover at this point. Trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. Um, but I know that we are so excited for you that you were able to hop in this group or hop on this call, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate your effort that you made to watch this, and that it was hopefully worth your time, and hopefully you were inspired by what I had said, or something that you were able to take even just a little nugget away from being able to do this, or whether it's this business or something else. And so I just hope and pray that, like I said, that you feel led to take action, whether it's just being a part of our health and fitness group to start, or our team. I hope that you were blessed by this, and like I said, could take a little nugget away of something that you learned. So that's the most important part. Also, you guys, one last question before I let you guys go is, what and where do you see yourself going with this business? So remember those three things that I said: a hobby coach, a part-time coach, or a full-time coach. So I and my team are going to ask you, those of you who watch this video, where do you want to take this business? Like, what do you see yourself going, or which direction? And so you need to answer one of those three: a hobby coach, a part-time coach, or a full-time coach. And even if you're a hobby coach right now, if that's where you want to be, you can always switch it to be a full-time coach. Like I said, I was all three of those areas. So it's really up to you and where you want to go with this. So that'll be kind of the follow-up question that we are asking you, because we want to know how to best help you and how to, get you started on this. Um, so yeah, I hope that helps. And like I said, I hope that you were able to take something away from this, and that that you were inspired, or something by my story, or by our girls' story in the group. So all right, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing back what you decide. Have a great week, guys.